On Tuesday, in an address to the New Jersey Alliance for Action, he talked up his proposal to make the lottery an asset of the pension system.
To all of you.
This is my gift to all of you.
To spend the last bit of political capital we have before we leave to improve the system for the next person.
Brent, is this lottery idea going through?
It doesn't seem to, I mean, it doesn't have the support right now in the state legislature, but that could change. I mean, this is a real problem. Pensions continue to be an issue even after the 2011 overhaul, and this could be something he wants to wrap up before he leaves office, but the likelihood that it will doesn't seem to be very likely. It looks like the next governor is going to continue to have an issue with this.
Dustin, what's your take on this?
Obviously, lawmakers have some intrigue about it, but I think that there is some concern, rightly so, that this is a little bit of smoke and mirrors, as the Assembly Speaker Prieto has put it, because really all you're doing is you're just shifting money from one place to another, and you still have to find money for all these dedicated programs that the lottery supports.
The state treasurer says you don't. It does seem sort of like black magic what he is saying, but he's saying
it counterintuitive.
Oh, it's counterintuitive.
Yeah, that was his word.
Was that his word? Yeah. He's saying that if we take the lottery money and put it in the pension system, you would think that the budget would lose the $1 billion of lottery proceeds, but no, we'll save so much on the pension contribution that we have to put in once the assets are raised, that it'll be a wash. It's like they're creating money out of nothing. It's alchemy is what it really is.
It's like the sales tax.
But the problem is that the lottery, if the lottery has an off year, which it has had for several years in a row now, and you have an off year in your budget, then you could have a pretty big hole that you have to make up. And where do you come up with that money?
Even if it works, and even if he gets it passed, and even if it works, the next governor's still going to have a problem with it because we've neglected this for 15 years.
Yeah, but instead of being 65% underfunded, the system will be 50% underfunded.
I agree.
And it'll require less of a huge contribution.
It's still a huge lift for the next guy.
Steve Sweeney put out a statement on this lottery proposal that was quite warm, I thought. Put it out just a week ago, not when it was first unveiled in the governor's budget speech, but more recently. So that's what led me to think that maybe this has legs. Maybe this is going to happen.
Listening to it and thinking about it. As Nick said, it's still, the pension will still be an issue. It's still the biggest issue, at least on the Democratic side. Democrats aren't talking as much about property taxes, but it's kind of the same idea. They're definitely talking about pensions.
I mean, I think it has to have an appeal to some of them, right? Because it's like, hey, look what we did.
It's found
like the sales
money.
tax.
It's found money.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And it's doing something rather than doing nothing. I mean, it's not just transferring the revenue from the lottery, it's transferring the asset itself, which makes all these these ratings places that have been hammering us for 5 years, perhaps back off a little bit.
It's impressive to them that you put in this asset. That's what, 15 million or whatever.
Right.
The governor was pretty voluble this week. He didn't hide from the press. Dustin, you were at